and welcome to the 2015 Elementary Sunshine Book Bowl. I'm Terry Robinson. I'm a library media specialist and the Book Bowl chairperson, and I'd like to welcome you to this exciting event. This is a literacy event that students dream of participating in, and it's reading at its finest. This annual Book Bowl encourages elementary students in Marion County Public Schools to participate in the Sunshine State Young Readers Award Program, while also offering them a chance to compete against other schools and show what they know about this year's 15 chosen books. The Sunshine State Young Readers Award Program is a statewide reading motivation program for students in grades 3 through 8, and it began in 1983. It's co-sponsored by the School Library Media Services, the Department of Education, and the Florida Association for Media in Education. Our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students are encouraged to independently read the 15 Sunshine State books that have been selected for their wide appeal, their literary value, their varied genres, curriculum connections, and multicultural representation. This program entices students to read high-interest contemporary literature with the long-term goal of nurturing lifelong readers who will continue to read for information needs and personal pleasure. Our Elementary Sunshine Book Bowl began 20 years ago. Students dedicate hours towards reading these books in hopes of being selected as one of the 5 lucky team members to represent their school proudly in the prestigious Book Bowl competition. This year, we had 29 elementary schools competing in our Book Bowl, which is just incredible, especially when you think about all the reading that's going on. The teams you'll see today excelled over 19 other elementary schools this past Tuesday in preliminary rounds, which were held throughout the county. Today, the best of the best will compete for the coveted honor of being known as the 2015 Book Bowl champions. Before we get this competition started, a few thank yous need to be made. First, I want to thank the Altrusa International of Ocala for their generous donations towards providing each of our Book Bowl participants with their very own bright yellow Book Bowl t-shirt. They are loyal supporters of this engaging literacy activity, and we so appreciate them. I'd also like to thank Penny Bunch and Georgia Coyle, who dedicated many hours towards reading, writing, and typing up the questions that will be used for today's competition. Both of these fine ladies have been involved in the Book Bowl since its inception, and we appreciate their support. Another thank you goes to Wendy Fikert from Baker & Taylor, a book distribution company that serves our schools. They've donated the gift of a beautiful book to each of the 50 team members competing here today. What a wonderful gift for these students. Thank you so much, Baker & Taylor. And I'd also like to thank Miss Wendy for being our official scorekeeper for today's competition. Now, let me introduce some of our other helpers for this year's Sunshine Book Bowl. Our quiz master will be Miss Judy Zanetti, the Executive Director of Public Education Foundation of Marion County. She did a fabulous job for us last year, and we're so excited to have her back again this year for our Book Bowl. Our judges are Kate Chang from the Ocala Public Library and Miss Constance Cordingley from Tutors for Kids. They, too, have dedicated many hours towards reading each of these 15 Sunshine books, and I thank them for supporting this exciting literacy event. Our timekeeper is Miss Lisa Perez from the Ocala Public Library, and we also appreciate her help today. And a special thank you needs to go out to all of our elementary school librarians for their sponsorship of the Book Bowl teams and all that they do to make this competition possible for so many students to enjoy. This event has grown into an established tradition, and we are so proud to see the excitement this engaging literacy event produces. Thank you to everyone who gives of their time to enhance the educational literacy experiences for our students here in Marion County. You make a difference, and we appreciate you. Now, let's get to the rules of the play. The order of today's play has been drawn randomly from Tuesday's preliminary round of winning teams. Rounds will consist of 12 questions per team that are given alternately. If a team misses the question, the correct answer is given, and a new question will be given to the next team. Each team has 30 seconds to give an answer. They may ask for the question to be repeated, but it does come out of their 30 seconds time limit. The team works together to get the answer, but only the captain may give the answer to the quizmaster. If a judge is called on for clarification of an answer, they will carefully look over the book and make a decision. Remember, the judge's decision is final. If at the end of the round there's a tie, there will be a tiebreaker round of 5 questions per team to determine the winner. If there is still a tie, there will be a sudden death round of 1 question per team until one team is ahead, with each team having the same number of questions. And there you have it, the Book Bowl rules that we will be adhering to. Now, let's hear which teams will be competing today. In the first round, we have Harborview Elementary, Legacy Elementary, and 8th Street Elementary. In round 2, we will have Spar and South Ocala Elementaries. In the third round, we have Belleview-Santos, Anthony, and Ocala Springs Elementary. And in our fourth round, we will have East Marion and Reddick-Collier Elementary. Remember, the team that answers the most questions correctly in each round will move on. I want to congratulate every Book Bowl team member that read and prepared for this exciting experience. And even if you didn't make it to the finals today, each and every one of you should be very proud of yourselves for taking on the challenge to study these books in depth so you would be prepared to answer any questions that are thrown at you. To me, you're all winners. I'm proud of your accomplishments, dedication, and the effort put forth to do your best. And I wish each of you a rich lifetime full of reading, not only to learn, but also for pure enjoyment. Now, let's get the 2015 Book Bowl Finals started. I'd like to welcome and turn the show over to our quiz master for today's Sunshine State Book Bowl, Miss Judy Zanetti.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see you in your bright, cheery yellow shirts. I need to reach down here and grab the questions. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Now, fair warning, I didn't read any of these books, so the judges and the answers on this sheet are going to guide me. Last year, I love to read, so last year I did read some of the books, and you know what? I still didn't know any of the answers. So I didn't want to embarrass myself this year, so I didn't even read. All right, we're going to start with introducing our teammates from Harborview Elementary School.
My name is Ayana.
My name is Jenny Lynn Gunn.
My name is Stella Nagel.
My name is Diego. And my name is Joel.
Thank you, Harborview. Legacy, would you introduce yourselves, please?
My name is Eno Crawford.
My name is Jaslyn Hill.
I'm Mariah Bermudez.
My name is Amir Backus.
Good morning to you. And 8th Street Elementary School, who do we have today?
My name is Ruby Boyer. My name is Brianna Guzman. My name is Rachel Sheely.
My name is Grayson Moore.
And my name is Cole Webb.
Okay, and good morning and congratulations to all of you for being here. Okay, Harborview, we're going to start the first question with you. From the book King of the Mound, what did Satch tell Nick about reading a batter? Time is up. Do you have an answer? Nope. Okay, can't answer because time is up. All right. So we will move on to Legacy Elementary School. Oh, I'm sorry. The answer to that, what did Satch tell Nick about reading a batter? The answer is to watch his front knee. Okay. Legacy, your title is Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library. And the question is, what do the children have to do to win?
They have to escape from the library.
Can you give me more information?
They have to, go through the library and find a way out.
Judges?
There was more information.
Okay. Do you have?
They have to go around the library and look for clues.
We'll give that because it's in the library.
Okay. The answer that I had was find a way out of the library using only what's in the library, but you mentioned that they were looking for clues. Good job, Legacy. Moving on to 8th Street. Dorco the Magnificent. Who wanted to give Robbie magic lessons?
Grandma Melvin.
And that is correct. All right, Harborview, back to you. Abby Carnella's One and Only Magical Power is your book. How many kids were at the super camp?
At least 20?
Well, that is incorrect. The answer is 23. So we needed the exact number there. All right, Legacy, and your book is Stranded. About what time does Jane think the sun rises?
8:30.
That is incorrect. She thinks the sun rises around 6 a.m. Okay, 8th Street. Oh my goodness. So your title is, let's see if I get this right. 8 class pets plus 1 squirrel and 1 dog equals chaos. Okay, wow. And your question is, what is green eggs and hamsters' favorite part of 1st grade?
Learning to count.
Okay, that is correct. Okay, let's see. Back to Harborview, and your book is Adventures of Bean Boy. What were the words Tucker never thought he'd see on his mom's computer?
University withdraw.
That's correct. Good job, Harborview. Okay, Legacy, back to you, and your book is Rump, the True Story of Rumpelstiltskin. What did Rump tell Opal she must do in order to keep Archie?
Figure out his name in 3 days.
Judges? Okay, the judges say that is correct. 8th Street, we're going back to Dorco the Magnificent. What did Robbie use to make a curtain for his bed?
An old torn up sheet.
Okay, can I have a little bit more description of the sheet?
Blue with a night sky on it.
Very good, 8th Street. Okay. Like the way you're working together this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Harborview, again with Dorco the Magnificent. What is the most important part of magic?
Planning and practice.
Correct. Okay, Legacy. When Life Gives You OJ. It's the title of this book. What did Nikki often call Zelly?
Smelly fried eggs.
That's correct. Okay, 8th Street, the title of this book is Elvis and the Underdogs. What musical instrument does Billy play?
The guitar.
Yes, he does. Good job. Okay, and a new book for Harborview, Capture the Flag. What is Henry's last name? Time is up, Harborview. Henry's last name was Thorne. All right, Legacy Elementary School, Rump the True Story of Rumpelstiltskin. When do pixies bite humans?
When they have gold?
That's correct. All right, A Street, we're back to 8 class pets. What things does Cuddles say that his master can understand?
Barking?
No, that is incorrect. The things that Cuddles says that his master can understand are, I'm hungry, I want to play, I have to poop and pee. Okay, back to you guys, Harborview. Elvis and the Underdogs. Another last name. What is Benji's last name?
Barnsworth.
That's correct. Legacy, to you is The Adventures of Bean Boy. What was Tucker going to try to create to save his family?
A sidekick superhero?
That's correct. A Street, Magic Marks the Spot. What happened to Hillary's father's window when he was telling her she couldn't be a pirate?
It started expanding and swallowing up all the other windows. It started expanding. No, it started expanding and the glass doesn't vanish. Yeah. It started expanding and the glass started vanish. It started expanding and the glass started vanish.
It started expanding and the glass started to vanish.
That is correct. Good job. Good collaboration there, you guys. Okay, Harborview, Stranded. What did Buzz suggest they do to be found?
Set off a signal. Set off a distress signal. Set off a flare. Set off a flare at the highest point of the island.
Set off a flare at the highest point of the island.
Judges? Nope, the judges are ruling that incorrect, and the answer that I have is start a signal fire. Okay, Legacy, we'll move on with Elvis and the Underdogs. What kind of car does Principal Kresge drive?
A Mustang?
Okay, I need a little more information about that Mustang.
A 1984 Mustang?
A 1964 Mustang. These questions are tough, I'm telling you. Okay, 8th Street, Dorco the Magnificent. When Robbie got into Grandma Melvin's hospital room, where was she?
Sitting on the side of the hospital bed wearing her Viva Las Vegas sweatshirt. Sitting on the side of her bed wearing her Viva Las Vegas sweatshirt.
Sitting on the side of her bed wearing her Viva Las Vegas sweatshirt.
That is correct. Okay, Harborview, we're going to do Adventures of Bean Boy. How long had Tucker been drawing comic books?
Almost his whole life.
Judges? The judges are super tough today, guys. They were looking for almost as long as he had been reading them. So think really carefully, collaborate with your team members before you give the answer out loud. Okay, Legacy, here's a good one for you. From the book When Life Gives You OJ. What had Zelly called her grandmother?
Bubbles?
That's correct. A Street, to you with magic marks the spot. What makes the gargoyle's ears tingle?
When there's magic around him. When there's magic around him. When there's magic around him. When there's magic around him or near him. When there's magic around him or near him.
When there's magic around him or near him.
Correct. Very good, 8th Street. Harborview, 8 Class Pets is your book. What do the parents ask Miss Krause?
Does the bunny bite? Does Miss Cottontail bite?
Does Miss Cottontail bite?
That's correct. King of the Mound for Legacy. What did Nick discover when he went to deliver Mr. Churchill's breakfast on the day of the semifinals?
That he had a stomach ache.
Okay, can I have a little bit more information?
That Mr. Churchill's stomach was acting up.
Okay, and?
He was drinking baking soda water.
Nope, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for that he was sick and needed a doctor. So we needed the needed a doctor part added to that answer. I'm telling you, it's tough. It is tough. That's why you guys are the best of the best and made it here today. All right. Adventures of a South Pole Pig for 8th Street Elementary. How did Sophia say she ended up on the ship with Flora?
She was kidnapped or shanghaied. She was kidnapped or shanghaied. She was kidnapped or shanghaied.
She was kidnapped or shanghaied.
That is correct. Very good. Harborview. Okay, ready? King of the Mound. How much did it cost an adult to attend a Bismarck's home game?
5 cents, right? I think it's 10 cents.
10 cents.
No, I'm sorry. It cost an adult 40 cents to attend the game. Legacy Elementary School, your book is Rump, The True Story of Rumpelstiltskin. How were soldiers from the kingdom dressed?
They had heavy gold-plated armor with bows and arrows.
Okay, a little more information for our judges.
They had spears too.
And the judges say what we're looking for today is they wore red and gold tunics. And I think we missed the red and the tunics part in your answer. 8th Street, we're moving on to Hooper Finds a Friend. What were the names of Jimmy's new mom and dad?
Jane and Larry. Jane and Larry. Yes. Jane and Larry.
Jane and Larry.
That's correct. All right, Harborview. Oh, this is a different book here. Sasquatch Escape. Sasquatch Escape. Who demanded to see Doctor Who? Wu, Dr. Wu.
Could you repeat the question? Repeat the question, please.
Ben?
That's incorrect. It was Pearl. Legacy, your book is Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library. What did Sierra ask Mr. Limoncello just before she climbed out of the window of the old fitting factory?
If she could still come back in the library and read the books.
No, she asked him what time the library would open tomorrow. 8th Street, your book is Abby Carnella's One and Only Magical Power. Who is going to teach impromptu magic?
Bird. No. Bird. Yeah, bird. That's all you know. F-E-R-D. Bird. Yes, bird.
Ferd.
That is correct. He is. And Harborview, your book is King of the Mound. How old had Emma been when her father left the family?
8.
No, I'm sorry, she was 5 years old. Legacy, Dorco the Magnificent. Who was practicing magic tricks when Robbie wasn't around?
Crazy girl.
Cat and Grandma Melvin.
That's right, they were apparently. And to you, 8th Street, Elvis and the Underdogs. What is the name of Benji's school?
Almost Street Elementary School. Almost Street. Almost Street Elementary School. Yeah. Almost Street Elementary School.
Almost Street Elementary School.
There's something before Elmo.
St. Elmo's.
St. Elmo Street Elementary School.
That's correct. Oh, we are all finished with that round? Oh my goodness, it went so fast. Thank you, boys and girls, for doing a great job this morning. Okay, welcome back to the Sunshine Book Bowl. We've got two new teams with us right now, and I'd like for you to introduce yourself, starting with Spar Elementary.
My name is Callie Cruz.
My name is Deja Lopez.
My name is Gregory Flannery.
My name is Gage McTaggart.
My name is Hunter Jones.
Welcome, Spar. And South Ocala Elementary.
My name is Naomi Hammond.
My name is Ashton Edsel.
My name is Maxwell DePillo.
My name is Tyler Ruiz.
My name is Mia Prieto.
And we're going to start the second round of our book bowl. And for those that are watching it in their schools or classrooms, they may not be able to see the audience here, but how exciting that we actually had to bring in more chairs, standing room only here at the book bowl. And unlike a sporting event or a football game, they're not allowed to cheer out loud, but please know that they're here to support you, and they're so proud of all of your hard work. Okay, Spar, we're going to give the first question of this round to you, and the book is Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library. Who is the author of the book The Red Pyramid?
Rick Riordan.
That is correct. Thank you, Daisy. I like the way you guys thought about that and collaborated with each other before giving an answer. Good job. South Ocala, the book for you is Adventures of Bean Boy. Where did the spool of thread Tucker found in the hallway lead to?
It led to Mom's room.
No, my answer I have is oh, more detail. Okay.
It led to a drawing that was in a drawer that Sam drew.
No, I'm sorry. The answer is it led to the giant sewing box. Spar. Abby Carnella's one and only magical power. How does Ricky fog up glass?
By breathing in while counting backwards in twos in Spanish.
Judges? Okay, that's a complicated answer, but good job, guys. Okay, South Ocala, Adventures of Bean Boy. Why couldn't Sam buy a dress for the fall fling?
She didn't have enough money.
You guys agree?
She didn't have enough money?
A little more explanation there?
And he thought that she would scare
She would scare the audience away. Scare the crowd away.
And that she would scare the crowd away?
No. The answer that we were looking for today was she gave her money to her grandpa. Okay, Spar. Abby Carnella's one and only magical power. What does the word hypnotherapy mean?
You hypnotize someone and they forget about all their problems?
I'm looking at the judges, and the judges are accepting that answer as correct. Okay, sometimes we look for very complicated answers, and sometimes the answers can be as simple as just saying hypnosis. You never know. You never know. All right, South Ocala. Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library is your book. Who is the author of the book Kyle read in the reading room?
Okay. I think it was it Sherlock Holmes? Sherlock Holmes. Yes, I think it was. Yeah, Sherlock Holmes. It was Sherlock Holmes. It was the other.
Was that the other?
Conan Doyle.
Carmen Doyle?
Conan Doyle. It's something like that.
Say that.
Conan Doyle.
Goman Doyle? You guys agree? Goman Doyle?
Well, could you expand on that a little bit?
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, I think the complete series of Sherlock Holmes.
So say that name again.
The complete series of Sherlock Holmes.
No, the author, so I can say
Conan Doyle.
Goman Doyle?
Yes.
Okay. Goman Doyle, the
Complete series of Sherlock
the complete series of Sherlock Holmes.
Well, I'm going to have to say that is an incorrect answer. He was reading Sherlock Holmes, but the author of that series is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. You are on the right track, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And to spar, for you we have Adventures of a South Pole Pig. What did Sophia tell Flora was the plan for the rats?
Flora kicked them and Sophia bit them.
Okay, but what she told Flora the plan was, she said, forget about technique and fight for what belongs to you. Okay, South Ocala, Abby Carnella's one and only magical power. What is the camp name for the girls at camp?
It's something like. It's something like.
Witches, you guys agree? Yeah. Witches?
That's correct. Okay, Spar, here's a new one. Dorco the Magnificent. Why didn't Grandma Melvin have her knee operation?
She didn't have enough money to get the tumor taken away.
I'm looking at my judges. And the judges say that is correct. Okay. Stranded is the book for South Ocala. And your question is, what did the children find partway up the hill?
I think it was a cave. Wasn't it? A cave. No, it was long. It was falling over a tree, over a ravine.
Okay, yeah. It's just a cave. I think a fallen over tree over a ravine. A ravine? So a fallen over tree over a ravine.
Yes.
A fallen over tree over a ravine?
Well, the answer we were looking for is a large cave. Okay, Spar, Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library. Who wrote Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library?
Chris Grabenstein.
That's correct. Good job, Spar. South Ocala, Adventures of Bean Boy. Who does Mr. Petrocelli, I'm not even sure if I'm saying that correctly, think wrote the note about Dylan stealing milk in class?
I think it was Sam. No, it was Kaylee. Yeah.
Kaylee?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Kaylee?
That's correct. Okay, back to Spar with the book Stranded. What fell to the deck after the life raft floated away?
The 50-foot mast.
That's correct. All right, good job. And back to South Ocala with Abby Carnella's one and only magical power. How many books on magic did Abby borrow from the library?
11. Do you guys agree? Yes.
11.
That's correct. She borrowed 11 books. Okay, Spar, Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's library. How are the nonfiction books arranged in the new library?
By the authors.
That's not correct. We're looking for there's a room for each class of the Dewey Decimal System. Okay, South Ocala, your book is Capture the Flag. Capture the Flag. Who did Anna finally find in the baggage room?
It was Simon.
Simon?
Yeah, he was looking for Simon.
Just sign it.
Yeah.
Just whisper. Sign it.
Sign in.
That's correct. All right. Spar, back to you. 8 class pets plus 1 squirrel and 1 dog equals chaos? Sounds like it. And your question is, who wrote this book?
Vivian Vandy Velde.
Yes, good job. All right. And for South Ocala, we have Elvis and the Underdogs. Who does Benji think is the prettiest teacher at his school?
I think it was Miss Blaine. Miss Blaine. Miss Blaine. Miss Blaine. I think so. You guys agree? Miss Blaine.
Miss Blaine.
That's correct. Okay, Spar. Rump, the true story of Rumpelstiltskin. Name 2 kinds of creatures that live in the woods.
Trolls, pixies. Trolls, pixies. Trolls and pixies.
Trolls and pixies.
No, I don't have pixies. I have trolls, ogres, and the witch of the woods. South Ocala, your book is Stranded. What is the first name of Carter's uncle?
Wasn't it? Dexter. No, wait, it was Dexter. Yeah, it was Dexter. It was Dexter.
Dexter.
Correct. Yes. All right, Spar. Sasquatch Escape. What did Mr. Tabby want to do about Ben and Pearl after the serious breach of security?
He wanted to send them to the imaginary world.
Can I have a little more information, perhaps?
Send them to imaginary world for their punishment.
Well, you may remember that he suggested a dragon carry them to a mountain or a deserted island and leave them there. Not very nice, is it? All right, South Ocala, when life gives you OJ, who is Allie?
Allie was Zelly's best friend. Yeah, was Zelly's best friend. Zelly's best friend.
Sally's best friend.
She is. All right, Spar. Oh, okay, so one more for each team. Okay, ready? Last question for you, Spar. Abby Carnella's one and only magical power. What is the name of the company that runs the camps?
Pharmaceutical medical company.
I need some more information. Oh, time is up, Spar. I'm sorry. The answer was Calabria Pharmaceuticals Company. So we're looking for that whole name. Last question for you for this round, South Ocala. And we're going to go to Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's library. What appeared when the secret square opened?
How'd it do? You like games? Get ready. No, it was a stair. It was a stair downstairs. It was a staircase to the. It's a staircase to the basement.
Staircase to the basement.
Yes.
A staircase to the basement?
I'm going to look to my judges, and my judges say that is a correct answer. Okay, and that is the end of this round. Stay right there, boys and girls, and we'll dismiss you in just a moment. All right, welcome back to round 3 of the 2015 Marion County Sunshine Book Bowl. And I would like each of our team members to introduce themselves, and we will start with Bellevue-Santos Elementary School.
My name is Joshua Clevenger.
My name is Peyton Davis.
I'm Molly Allen. I'm Emma Brantley. I'm Faith Rembish.
And welcome, Anthony Elementary.
I'm Logan Green.
My name is Colin Hooks.
I'm Darley Smith.
I'm Emily Schraus.
I'm Devery Blackbull.
And welcome to you. And from Ocala Springs Elementary School.
I'm Bailey McCormack.
I'm Limney Vasquez.
I'm Michael Jagello.
I'm Riley Sumner.
And I'm Michael Long.
All right, and I know you guys are ready to play some serious book bowl this morning. And our first question will go to Bellevue Santos, and the book is Adventures of a South Pole Pig. What was the special blanket made of that they used for making shelter?
Canvas tarp.
Canvas tarp.
Indeed it was. Good job. Anthony Elementary, your book is Dorco the Magnificent. What did Robbie think Grandma Melvin threw away with her used Kleenex?
Her pills.
I'm looking at the judges. The color of the pills?
Blue.
And that is incorrect. They were 2 red pills. Now, I just hope that you know that if it were up to me, I would think all your answers are correct, but these judges are doing their job and they're doing it well and they're helping me. Okay, and for Ocala Springs, your book is Hooper Finds a Family. What was the man who picked up Jimmy using as a boat?
He was using a door with a broom for a paddle.
He was using a door and a broom for a paddle.
Absolutely. Good job, guys. Bellevue-Santos, Stranded is your book. What did Buzz do during the night the children were separated?
Buzz took his flashlight and he shone up and down, side to side, on the mountain so that Carter and Jane would have something to follow.
He shone his flashlight up and down side to side on the mountain so that Jane and Carter would have something to follow.
Okay, excellent answer. Good response. Anthony, your book is 8 Class Pets and everything that comes after that, a squirrel and a dog and chaos. And your question is, besides books, paper, and pens, what 2 things fell off of the man's desk in the 3rd grade class when the dog was chasing Twitch?
The picture in his mug. The picture in his mug.
The picture in his mug.
A picture and his mug. And I'm going to look to my judges to see if they want some more specific information.
Picture of his and his family and his best teacher. A picture of his family and his best teacher mug.
A picture of his family in a best teacher mug.
Well, the picture was of his family, but the mug was a souvenir from Marineland. So we needed to be specific on that one. Ocala Springs to you with Dorco the Magnificent. Who is Hootie?
Robbie's rabbit. Robbie's rabbit, right?
Robbie's rabbit.
Correct. Bellevue-Santos, your book is Hooper Finds a Family. What does Brian tell Jimmy the first rule in his new home will be?
To be a Yankee fan.
That's right. Anthony, your book is Sasquatch Escape. Why does Ben have to capture the Sasquatch?
He was instructed to do so by Mr. Tabby.
He was told to catch the Sasquatch by Mr. Tabby.
Okay, and
More specific.
yes, why?
Because he's let him he left the door unlocked. The rusty door. I thought it was a because he had to be treated. Okay, what's your idea?
Because he had left the door unlocked and it was his fault for letting the Sasquatch out.
I'm looking at my judges and they say good job. All right, to Ocala Springs, and your book is Stranded. Who was the smartest 9-year-old that Carter knew?
Jane.
Correct. All right. Sometimes it's a simple answer and sometimes it is not, right? Okay, Bellevue-Santos, Capture the Flag is your book. And your question is, of whom is Anna a descendant?
Paul Revere.
Correct. Anthony, Adventures of a South Pole Pig. What did Oscar say was rule number 66 for a sled puller?
You need to be a little bit crazy. You need to be a little bit crazy. You need to be a little bit crazy.
He needed to be a little bit crazy.
No, rule number 66 was you can never have too many rules. Just like here at the Book Bowl. Okay, Ocala Springs, when life gives you OJ, what was one of the things Zelly really liked about living in Vermont?
Give me something good. Oh wait, no, because you can walk outside by yourself. So you could have trees that and the air was cleaner.
The air was cleaner. You can walk out by yourself in the summer, and there was enough trees that it wouldn't get too hot out.
Very good answer, very specific. Belleview-Santos, Hooper finds a family. What is Jimmy's idea of big fun?
Eating a marrow and taking a nap on Sunday.
That is correct. And I think Jimmy and I have something in common. All right, Anthony, same book, Hooper finds a family. During the flood, what does Jimmy think the water smells like?
It smelled like some kind of cleaning product.
No, it smelled like something dead, or like that dead mouse that died under his porch. Ooh. All right, Ocala Springs, Sasquatch Escape. Who is in charge of identifying and registering each new patient at the hospital?
Mr. Tabby.
Mr. Tabby?
He is. Good job. All right, Bellevue-Santos, 8-class pets. What animal followed Twitch into the school when she was trying to escape the owl?
The dog Cuddles.
That's right. Okay, Anthony, we're back to you, and your book is Rump, the True Story of Rumpelstiltskin. What color chair did Bethilda sit in?
The red chair.
No, it was the violet chair. All right, Ocala Springs, Adventures of a South Pole Pig. When Flora was on the ship, what happened when she tried to leap?
She fell on her belly and it was the most embarrassing moment of her life.
She fell on her belly, and it was the most embarrassing moment of her life.
Okay, and could you give me some more information? Tell me how she ended up falling.
She slipped, and her hooves came up from under her when she tried to leap.
Okay, I'm going to look to my judges. And my judges say, okay. All right, to Bellevue-Santos, we have Elvis and the Underdogs. How were Benji's tissues decorated?
They had ducks on them.
They did. Anthony, 8-class pets. How many special hamster treats can Green Eggs and Hamster fit into his cheek pouches at once?
8.
8 is the correct answer. Ocala Springs, Elvis and the Underdogs. To what address did the black dog say he was supposed to have been delivered?
The White House?
May I have that address, please?
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue?
That is correct. Bellevue-Santos, Adventures of Bean Boy. Who asked Sam if buying a ticket to the dance was the best use of her money?
Kaylee C.
It was Kaylee T. Anthony, when life gives you OJ, what did Zelly draw around the neck of the jug?
A collar and an ID tag.
Yes, good job. Ocala Springs, magic marks the spot. Who got to Gunpowder Island before Jasper, Hillary, and Charlie?
The Navy ship?
More information on that name?
What's the name of the Navy ship? The Augusta Bell. Yes, that's
The Augusta Bell?
No, we are looking for the Royal Navy. Bellevue-Santos, when life gives you OJ, what did Zelly find inside Ace's closet?
OJ.
Yes. Anthony, your book is Dorco the Magnificent. When Grandma Melvin first saw Robbie's act, what did she say he needed to work on?
Sleight of hand.
No, it was his bow. His bow. Ocala Springs, your book is Stranded. What did Buzz do after they all returned to the boat?
Didn't he make dinner or something? No. What did Buzz do? Oh, he made the water thing. Yeah, the water thing. The rainwater. Yeah, the rainwater. Out of the salt man. Out of the sail. He made a thing to capture rainwater out of the
He made something to capture rainwater out of the sail.
Well, first, he organized all of their provisions and the water.
Okay.
And to Bellevue-Santos, we have Sasquatch Escape. Where in the senior center did Ben locate the Sasquatch?
Under the table.
He did. All right, Anthony, Rump, the true story of Rumpelstiltskin. What chore did Hadel ask Rump to help her with just before winter set in?
Moving the pixie's nest. Yeah. Moving the pixie's nest.
Moving the pixie's nest.
That's correct. Okay. Right back to Ocala Springs with Dorco the Magnificent. For the talent show, what did Robbie and Kat have to do that no other act had to do?
Go through their whole act with the principal.
Go through the whole act with Principal Adolphus.
That's correct. Bellevue-Santos, your book is Stranded. How far away from Hawaii was the trip supposed to be before turning back?
900 miles.
Correct. Anthony, Sasquatch Escape. How long will the apprenticeships last?
The whole summer.
That's right. And to Ocala Springs, we have Dorco the Magnificent. Why did Robbie need to use the good dishes for his mom's birthday party?
Because he was going to the paper ones would be too light and they'd be dragged off the table.
The paper ones were too light and would be dragged off the table.
That's right. I believe that's correct. Woo, all right. This is going fast. Last question for each of you guys this morning. So last question for you, Bellevue-Santos, and your book is King of the Mound. Who was the only person at the hospital who was not afraid to laugh?
Dr. Burnhill?
No, it was Dr. Miller. And Anthony, your very last question is from the book When Life Gives You OJ, and your question is, what did Zelly call her puppy?
Ace.
That's correct. Your team seemed unanimous on that. Ocala Springs, your last question is from the book Magic Marks the Spot. And the question is, what did the Enchantress of the Northlands use as her signature?
A figure eight.
She did. And that concludes this round. Boys and girls, just stay where you are until you are dismissed. Excellent job. Okay, and welcome back. We now have a lightning round between two teams that had a tie score, Bellevue-Santos and Ocala Springs. In this round, there will be 5 questions per team. The team with the most correct answers will move forward. So we'll start with Bellevue-Santos and the book, Abby Carnella's One and Only Magical Power. Your question is, what is patter?
Can you repeat the question?
What is patter?
A magic trick?
No, it is a word used to describe the words that you say while you're doing a magic trick. Some of these questions are tough. Okay, Ocala Springs, escape from Mr. Lemoncello's library. What chased Kyle and his teammates out of room 500?
A hologram of a woman with the head and the tail of a lioness.
No, I believe that was a white Bengal tiger.
Oh.
All right, Bellevue-Santos, your book is King of the Mound. How many states are represented at the tournament?
34.
24 is that answer. Okay, we're going to stay with King of the Mounds for Ocala Springs, and your question is, who gave Nick his new nickname?
Satchel Paige.
That is correct. All right, Bellevue-Santos, escape from Mr. Lemoncello's library. How long did Bridget have to name the 4 books written by the 10 authors?
One minute.
She had 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Ocala Springs, Abby Carnella's one and only magical power. What reason did Phil give for his company creating the camps?
To try to draw other kids like Abby to them.
To try to get other kids like Abby to them.
Let me look to my judges. All right, a little more information.
Because they want to make a miracle drug. So that they could make a miracle drug.
So that they could make a miracle drug?
No, I don't believe that is correct. They wanted to find the very few children who had special talents and study them. Bellevue-Santos, your book is Rump, the true story of Rumpelstiltskin, and your question is, what did Bork tell Rump about his magic when they were together at the tree?
He told him that trolls can smell magic, and that trolls can smell magic.
He told him that trolls can smell magic.
No, he told him that it was not magic that caused all the trouble, but people.
Let's look on page 241.
I'm sorry, the judges are going to look that up in the book. Wow. All right, this is the first time we've had to go to the book. We're taking it to the book. They know exactly what page number they're looking for. So again, I'll remind you of the question. What did Bork tell Rump about his magic when they were together at the tree?
Can you repeat your answer?
That trolls can smell magic.
He doesn't say anything about that at the tree. See? Yeah.
And the judges are looking to see all of the things that Bork may have told him.
You go to the tree. No, he told them before he went to the tree about the smelling magic. But we're gonna say no, we don't.
Okay, they're going to say no, they could not find that answer in the book. So we're going to move now to Ocala Springs and the book When Life Gives You OJ. What did Ace tell Zelly he wanted to be called when she visited him at the hospital? Correct. He wanted to be called Grandpa. Okay, last question this round, Bellevue-Santos. Your book is Capture the Flag. What does ULD stand for? Time is up, and ULD stands for Unit Loading Device. So last question for Ocala Springs. Hooper finds a family. What did the flood slam Jimmy against?
Telephone pole.
That is correct. Okay, boys and girls, again, stay where you are until you are dismissed. And that is the conclusion of this lightning round. Okay, welcome back to all the fans of literacy and fans of books, and to our last two teams that we will meet this morning in the Sunshine Book Bowl. Remember, the order of the teams was just selected randomly this morning. But with us, we have East Marion Elementary School. Would you all please introduce yourselves?
I'm Sarah Bridges.
I'm William Lassiter. Gabby Baker.
Abigail Craig.
Janessa Williams.
Thank you, boys and girls. And Reddick-Collier Elementary School, good morning to you. Would you introduce yourselves?
My name's Juan Espino.
My name's Stevie Mitchum.
I'm Bran Williams.
I'm Destiny Patterson.
And I'm Ryan Duckworth.
And I can tell you guys are ready to play the book bowl. All right, we're going to start with East Marion Elementary and the book Sasquatch Escape. Your question is, what kind of jelly beans did the man in the long black coat order from Food for Less Market?
Kiwi flavored.
He did. That's unusual flavor. Okay, and for Reddick-Collier, your first book is Adventures of a South Pole Pig. And your question is, what was the last thing Flora told Alfred when she was lifted into the truck to be taken away?
Be brave.
She told him to work hard on his kicking. Back to East Marion and capture the flag. What is the flight number of the plane to Vermont? The flight number.
Like, I think it's like 315 or something. 315. What? Ow, sorry. Wait. You like totally rammed me. Sorry. Wait. I don't know.
And your time is up. And this is why I stopped reading these books, because it made me feel bad when I didn't remember all of these details. But that flight number of the plane to Vermont was 2712, 2712. Reddick-Collier, back to you with Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's library. What woke the children the morning after they entered the library?
Rocky the astronaut song. What? Rocky the astronaut song. Who's on the book with me? Rocky the astronaut. Yeah, it was a Rocky something song.
Rocky the astronaut song.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that and a little louder?
Rocky the astronaut song.
And no, that song was from the movie Rocky. Okay, East Marion, magic marks the spot. Who showed Hillary around Miss Pym's finishing school when she arrived?
Philomium.
We can't understand it. If you can repeat it a couple times or spell it.
H-I-L-O-M-E-N-A. Her nickname was Philodendron. Her nickname was Philodendron.
Her nickname was Philodendron.
No, repeat what you said before. The first.
We're looking for the first name again. It was just not pronounced correctly.
It's Philomena.
Philonema.
Mina.
And they're going to give that to you. Philomena is her name. I'm telling you, these ladies are tough. They're tough over here, boys and girls. Okay, Reddick-Collier, are you ready? Maybe not after that. That was a tough one, wasn't it? Okay. And we're going to move to Elvis and the Underdogs. Who did Elvis think was not smart enough to go after him and Benji?
Billy Thompson. Guess Billy Thompson.
Billy Thompson.
That's correct. All right, East Marion Hooper finds a family. When the rain makes a puddle in Jimmy's spot under the porch, where does he go?
Between the roots of the bald cypress. Between the roots of the bald cypress. Between the roots.
Between the roots of the bald cypress.
No, indeed he goes up the steps and sits by the door, the front door. Reddick-Collier. Abby Carnella's one and only magical power. What is the name of the doctor at Super Camp?
Is it Rhino or is it from another book? Dino is from another book. That's from what was the doctor's name? I can't think of it right now. I think it was something weird. Yeah. Anything else? I think I just missed something. We're almost out of time.
Time is up. And the correct answer was Dr. Wright. East Marion Rump, the true story of Rumpelstiltskin. Where did Red say magic was?
All around.
No, Red said the magic was inside of Rump. inside of Rump. Okay, Reddick, here we go. Capture the flag. What does SCC stand for? Time is up. And SCC stands for Snickerbottom Campaign Committee. Okay, East Marion, you ready? Adventures of Bean Boy. What did Tucker tell his dad he didn't want for his birthday?
A present. He wanted money, and his dad asked him why he wanted money, and he was calling his mom to tell him. Hold on. What I was gonna say what he used an alley bat and an expensive aluminum alley bat and a baseball cap. He wanted money, you guys remember? And then his dad asked him why, and he told him he was gonna call his mom because of a fine thing.
And time is up, East Marion. What Tucker didn't want for his birthday was another baseball bat. Another baseball bat. All right, back to reddick-collier, and Hooper finds a family. Why did Hooper bark after the storm in New York?
He was barking angrily at the storm.
He was angry at the storm.
That is correct. Good job, reddick-collier. East Marion, magic marks the spot. Who did the gargoyle say carved him?
The Enchantress.
And a little more detail?
The Enchantress at the Northlands.
Good job, East Marion. All right, reddick-collier. 8 Class Pets is your book. The morning after Twitch was in school, what were the children upset about?
Their artwork.
I'm sorry?
Their artwork.
A little more detail?
It was ruined.
That's correct. They thought their artwork was ruined. I have to ask, so I didn't read the book. So Twitch is a dog? A squirrel. Even more interesting. I may have to go pick that book up. Okay. All right, East Marion, Adventures of a South Pole Pig. What did Flora think was the special cargo on the ship?
She thought she was.
That's correct. All right, reddick-collier. When Life Gives You OJ is your book. And your question is, what is Zelly's brother's first name?
Ryan.
No, he is Sam. Oh, yeah. Sam is his name. East Marion, Rump, the true story of Rumpelstiltskin. Who is the Witch of the Woods?
Red's Gran.
That's right. All right, reddick-collier, Adventures of a South Pole Pig. What did Flora ask Oscar to do when they got to the Antarctic?
To teach her to be a sled dog.
That is correct. All right, East Marion, King of the Mound. How many games had the team won and lost by the time they arrived in McPherson?
I think they lost one because they forfeited. Yes, they lost. And how many were they going to? How many did they win? They won. I mean, how many were they going to? Because that might as well. They won. They won 8. 8. Yes, lost 1. Yes.
They won 8 and lost 1.
Well, they won 9 and lost none. Yes, they went in there undefeated. All right, Reddick-Collier, Abby Carnella's one and only magical power. How did Abby describe the treatment at Super Camp?
Like they were trying to study them.
I'm looking at my judges.
More specific.
Okay, they want a little more specific information here.
To examine them for their magical powers.
The judges are conferring, and they're saying no. They were looking for this, that they were being treated like guinea pigs. So you kind of danced around it, but we didn't get the being treated like guinea pigs part. East Marion, escape from Mr. Limoncello's library. What did Kyle find in a drawer in the basement?
The memory box.
And can you give me some more information or describe that differently?
Mr. Limoncello's memory box. Mr. Limoncello's.
Mr. Limoncello's memory box.
From when he was a child.
From when he was a child.
And my judges are looking. My judges are going to the book. Going to the book on this one. And they are going to take a paperback book and look at page 255 and see what was in that drawer in the basement.
Yeah, they didn't know it at that time. Because you didn't know. They didn't know it was a memory good box. Yeah. We're going to say no.
And they're going to say no. Sorry about that, East Marion, but we will play on. And we'll move over to Reddick-Collier Elementary School and their book.
Give the answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. You all want the answer? The answer was a battered boot box. A battered boot box was found in the drawer in the basement. All right, Reddick-Collier. Rump, The True Story of Rumpelstiltskin is your book. What were the pixies yelling at Rump the night after they attacked him with the wool?
Please repeat the question.
What were the pixies yelling at Rump the night after they attacked him with the wool?
Cold, cold? Gold?
All right, we can't quite hear you, so let's give me the answer, your final answer.
Gold.
Gold. All right, and the judges say yes. Remember, when you speak into the microphone, do it nice and loudly for me. Last question for both teams. We'll start, of course, with East Marion and their book, Dorco the Magnificent. What was Robbie's nickname for his brother?
Eight boy.
That's correct. Last question for you, Reddick-Collier. And the book is Elvis and the Underdogs. What are the first names of Benji's twin brothers?
Brett and Brick.
That is correct, and that finishes this round. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie. Let's stay right where you are. And we'll be back to finish this in just a moment. if these two teams look familiar, that is because we are now having a lightning round between East Marion and Reddick-Collier Elementary Schools. In the lightning round, each team will be asked 5 questions, and of course, the team with the most correct answers moves forward. Okay, East Marion, your first lightning round question is from the book Dorco the Magnificent. What was in the box Grandma Melvin had for the cat for the magic act?
A red sequined hat with a tuft of red feathers. Yes. A red sequined hat with a tuft of red feathers.
A red sequined hat with a tuft of red feathers.
A red sequined hat with a tuft of red feathers. Yes. A red sequined hat with a tuft of red feathers.
A red sequin hat with a tuft of
Red feathers.
red feathers.
And that is correct. You did get that correct. Good work. Reddick-Collier, your first question in this lightning round is from the book Adventures of a South Pole Pig. Which of Flora's brothers was the runt of the litter?
Alfred.
That's correct. All right, East Marion, back to you in the book When Life Gives You OJ. What did Jeremy say about the girls at the sleepover?
If they were really your friends, they wouldn't tease you. Yeah. If they were really your friends, they won't make fun of you.
If they were really your friends, they wouldn't tease you.
Very good. All right, Reddick-Collier, you guys are bringing your game here, both of you. Magic marks the spot. What did Admiral Westfield call the enchantress of the Northlands?
A meddling old biddy. A meddling old biddy.
And that is correct. That is apparently what he called her. East Marion, your book is King of the Mound. Where does Nick think he and his father would go if his father quit the team?
Where's friend's name again?
They would go to Nate and Ben's team.
No, they would go to the tiny mining town where his grandparents lived. Reddick-Collier escaped from Mr. Lemoncello's library. What did Mr. Lemoncello say about Charles' team when they rolled a 14?
Please repeat the question.
What did Mr. Lemoncello say about Charles' team when they rolled a 14? Time is up for that question, but the answer is he said it was good, but not stinkerific.
No, he said it was not good. It wasn't good.
It was not good.
That's what I said, correct?
Oh, sorry.
Okay. East Marion, Capture the Flag is your book. What does Snickerbottom say? Who does Snickerbottom say stole the flag?
The orchestra.
And more specific information on that?
Description.
Sinan's parents.
No, we need a more description of the orchestra.
Music for a small planet. No planets.
Yeah.
Music for a small planet.
Hang on, East Marion. The judges are chiming in. Ladies?
Capture the flag. We're going to do that. We're correct.
Okay, they're going to give you that one. All right. Sometimes the answer on my page and is one thing, but there can be different answers in that book. All right, Reddick-Collier. Abby Carnella's One and Only Magical Power is your book. Who was late meeting the Runaways? Who was late meeting the Runaways?
Ben?
No, that would be Ricky. Ricky was late meeting the Runaways. Okay, last question for both teams in this lightning round. East Marion, your book is Dorco the Magnificent. What did Grandma Melvin say she knew about Robbie's magic act?
That it was going to involve cabinet, magician's cabinet. I don't know really. It involved magician's cabinet. What? It involved magician's cabinet.
It would involve a magician's cabinet.
No, she knew enough to know that he needed help. Reddick-collier, Dorco the Magnificent. What relation was Grandma Melvin to Robbie?
I think grandma.
His grandma?
No, she was not his grandma. She was his great aunt. Okay, boys and girls from both teams, please stay right there until we ask you to move down. Thank you. Great lightning round. Okay, welcome back to the Sunshine Book Bowl, and here we have the winners from their previous rounds. We have 8th Street Elementary School and South Ocala Elementary School. All right, you know how this game is played. You've played it earlier with me. We'll start with 8th Street and the book, Magic Marks the Spot. Your question is, when Jasper visited the Scallywag's den, what did he find out Admiral Westfield was after?
The treasure, the same treasure they were looking for. The same treasure they were looking for. Yes, the same treasure they were looking for.
The same treasure they were looking for?
And a little more information, please.
The same treasure that Jasper and Hillary, that Jasper and Hillary's team were looking for. The same treasure that Jasper and Hillary's team were looking for.
The same treasure that Jasper and Hillary's team were looking for?
No, I think we were looking for the Enchantress's treasure as the answer to that question. Okay, South Ocala. Abby Carnella's one and only magical power. How is Eliza going to get to the other end of the hall and to exit the door?
Oh, she levitates. She levitates. Yes,
She levitates?
And a little more.
She levitates with the people with Abby, Ricky, and Ben on the. She levitates. No, on her back. She levitates on her back. She levitates and gets pushed. She levitates and gets pushed to the end of the door.
She levitates and gets pushed to the end of the door.
I'm looking at my judges.
More description.
More description they want.
with carried the
How does she levitate?
How did she? Oh,
on her back.
She levitates.
On her back.
She levitates on her back.
And time is up. And I think I heard it, but I didn't hear it in the microphone from your team captain. And the answer was she levitates on her back. All right. 8th Street Adventures of Bean Boy. What are 3 basic traits all superhero sidekicks have? Time is up, and the answer to that is loyalty, courage, and dedication. The 3 basic traits all superhero sidekicks have. All right, South Ocala. Stranded. What is Jane's last name?
I think it was Jane. What is it? She's the sister of Carter. Isn't she? Yes. Carter. What's Carter's last name? I remember that. Come on, it's Diana's. So it has to be Jane Diana's. Is her last name Diana's? Yes. I agree.
Diana's?
No, her last name, Jane's last name is Benson. Benson. 8th Street, Adventures of a South Pole Pig. How did Sophia describe herself after she and Flora killed rats?
She had never felt so alive.
No, the answer is Queen of Cats, an enemy of rats. Queen of Cats, an enemy of rats. Over to South Ocala with Escape from Mr. Limoncello's library. How did the winners get out of the fitting factory?
It was under the basement. Out of a window in the basement. Yeah, out of a window in the basement.
Out of a window in the basement?
That is correct.
How?
Oh, I'm sorry. How did they get out of the window?
Levitating. They climbed out of the window that the bandits crawled in 1968.
They climbed out the window the way bandits climbed in 1964.
All right. Tell me before time is up.
1960.
They climbed out the window that the bandits climbed in 1968.
All right. That was even more than we needed. Good job there, guys. Remember that there is a time limit on giving the answer, so don't wait too long. 8th Street Elementary, Dorco the Magnificent. Who was the star of Robbie and Kat's magic show?
Grandma Melvin?
She was. Good job. All right, back to South Ocala and Elvis and the Underdogs. What is Benji making in art class?
A drawing.
A drawing of Elvis?
Well, we were looking for a popsicle stick log cabin. Now you remember. 8th Street, Rump, the true story of Rumpelstiltskin. Who is the girl? What is the girl troll's name? What is the girl troll's name?
Mard?
Yes. South Ocala, 8 Class Pets is your book. What did the 3rd graders call Miss Lucy Cottontail?
Mr. Fuzzbutt?
Yes, they did. Okay, 8th Street, Adventures of Bean Boy. What was Tucker's younger brother's nickname?
Beecher?
I'm looking at my judges.
Nickname. Nickname.
What was- Beach was his nickname, correct. Okay. South Ocala, Adventures of a South Pole Pig. What animal worked harder than any other on Flora's farm?
Yes, the dogs.
Yes, you guys agree.
The dogs?
That's correct, the dogs. 8th Street, Adventures of South Pole Pig for you as well. When the farmer opened the gate at the back of the pig pen, who was the first who went through it?
Flora.
She did, correct. South Ocala, Sasquatch Escape. What is the busiest day of the week at the senior center?
Pudding day.
Pudding day. Okay, what day is?
Saturday.
No, just say pudding day. Pudding day.
Pudding day on Saturday?
That is correct. 8th Street, your book is 8 Class Pets, and your question is, where does Lenore's name come from?
Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico?
That is not correct. It comes from That Raven poem. Okay, South Ocala, your book is King of the Mound. What crime did the policeman accuse Statch of committing?
Stealing a car?
Correct. All right, 8th Street, Sasquatch Escape for you. What did a code yellow warning indicate?
Sasquatch has escaped. No, that's no. Red code red is Sasquatch has left the building.
Sasquatch has escaped
From?
from his chamber.
I'm looking at my more specific.
From the room he was supposed to be in.
More specific still, while we still have time.
The Sasquatch has gotten out of his room he's supposed to be in and into a different part of the building.
I think time is up, and what we were looking for was that he is not only escaped, but escaped from the worm factory. We were looking for the worm factory. Okay, South Ocala, Rump is your book. What does the word rumple mean?
I think it means you're stuck in magic.
You're stuck in magic. You're stuck in magic.
Magic barrier.
Okay, you're stuck in magic.
You're stuck in magic?
Yes, okay. Judges say yes. 8th Street, Hooper finds a family. What are the 2 things that Larry says a dog is supposed to be able to do?
Bark and catch a tennis ball.
No, the 2 things were to fetch the tennis ball and to catch. Catch and fetch. Okay, South Ocala, Adventures of a South Pole Pig. To Flora, what smelled better than fish and garbage?
I think it was what the pigs fear fruit veggies. Right.
The 2 frozen fish from Antarctica?
No, what she thought smelled better than fish and garbage was a manure pile. So I need to ask this. Who is Flora?
Flora's a pig.
A pig. Okay, well that makes a little bit more sense. All right. 8th Street. We're going to stick with Adventures of a South Pole Pig. Now I know that Flora is that pig, right? After the ship's horn blew, what did the low rumbling noise mean to Flora?
Repeat the question.
After the ship's horn blew, what did the low rumbling noise mean to Flora?
She and the men were hungry.
No, that noise meant the ship's engines were running, or they were underway. South Ocala, your book is When Life Gives You OJ. What did Zelly do with OJ after her argument with Ace?
Threw him in the trash.
She sure did. Last question, 8th Street, last question from the book King of the Mound. To what building did Mr. Churchill and Satch take Nick for their second meeting with Wild Bill? No, indeed, they went to the state capitol building for that meeting. Okay, South Ocala, last question from the book Rump. What was Rump's mother's first name?
Wasn't it? It was hurry up. It had something. It was sort of come on, Melinda. Wasn't it Melinda?
Melinda?
No, her name was Anna. So that finishes this round. Boys and girls, please stay where you are until you are dismissed. Good job. Welcome back, and again we see some familiar faces because here we have the winners of a previous round, Ocala Springs and East Marion Elementary Schools. Welcome back, and of course you know how this game is played, so we start with Ocala Springs, and the book will be Stranded, and your question is, what does Jane say is Carter's best subject in school?
PE.
Yes, PE. I had written down gym class, so I looked to the judges to make sure, but PE and gym are the same thing. All right, East Marion Adventures of a South Pole Pig. When Flora was trying to escape the water up the stairs, who grabbed hold of her hind leg?
The captain.
He did. Ocala Springs from Rump, the True Story of Rumpelstiltskin. What does Rump say is a powerful thing?
Your name?
Correct. And Hooper finds a family for East Marion. What does Brian name Jimmy?
Hooper.
Correct. Okay, back to Ocala Springs, I'm sorry. Magic Marks the Spot is your book. What was in Hillary's canvas bag as she traveled to Miss Pym's finishing school?
The sword. The sword. The gargoyle and the sword. Yeah, no. Yes.
The gargoyle and the sword?
Correct. All right, East Marion. Sasquatch Escape. Where did Mr. Thatcher suggest the children might find the Sasquatch?
The woods.
I'm looking at my judges, and they say, okay. Okay, dokie. Ocala Springs. Hooper finds a family. What did Mel mutter to Hooper as he left the dog run?
Dumb mutt?
Nope, he said, my dog run, Shorty. Got it? East Marion, Abby Carnella's one and only magical power. What was the name of the television program on which the kids appeared?
Good Day America.
Nope, they were on Been There, Done That. Ocala Springs, your book is Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's Library. What was Kyle's reward for winning the essay contest?
Spending the night in the new library before anyone else got to see it?
And his reward was a $500 Lemoncello gift card. He received a gift card. East Marion, your book is Capture the Flag, and I would like to know, what is Jose's last name?
McGilligan.
Correct. Ocala Springs, to you with Elvis and the Underdogs. What was Dr. Helen's advice to Benji about talking to Elvis?
Dr. Helen's advice to Benji about talking to Elvis. What was it? Dogs can't talk. No. Don't talk to him. Maybe that's dogs can't talk, so don't talk to him.
Dogs can't talk, so don't talk to them?
No, she actually said he should be careful about who he shared that information with. East Marion, Hooper finds a family. When Jimmy's new family gets into the car to go home, where does his new mom sit?
Wait, back seat with Hooper. The back seat with Hooper. The back seat with Hooper.
In the back seat with Hooper.
That's correct. Ocala Springs, Rump, the True Story of Rumpelstiltskin. What did Rump's grandmother warn him about his mother's spinning wheel?
You'll spin yourself. Yeah, you spin yourself into trouble. Or you'll poke yourself. You just poke yourself, yeah. What'd you say? Poke yourself. Just say it. Just say it. You'll poke yourself. You just do it. Don't say it.
It'll spin you into trouble or you'll poke yourself.
And I believe that's correct. Judges?
I'm sorry, what was the answer?
Boys and girls, repeat your answer.
You'll spin yourself into trouble and you'll poke yourself.
I
And they say yes. East Marion, when life gives you OJ, what kinds of jokes does Ace like to tell?
Fish jokes. Fish jokes. Yeah, fish jokes. Wait, no. Yes, fish jokes. Fish. Because usually I'll like tell fish jokes. Fishing jokes. Fishing jokes.
Fishing jokes.
That is correct. Ocala Springs, your book is Magic Marks the Spot. What happened to Jasper when he kicked the side of the pigeon?
Broke his leg. He hurt his foot. I can't hear you. He hurt his foot. Break it. He broke his foot. He broke his foot and walked on one foot. Yeah.
He broke one foot and had to walk on the other.
Judges, their answer was he broke a foot.
No, he didn't. No.
And apparently he did not break a foot, but he damaged his toes. Okay, East Marion Adventures of Bean Boy. What was Madame Fury's real name?
Marion, good night. Marion, good night. Marion, good night. Yes.
Mary Ann, good night. Mary Ann, good night. Yes.
Mary Ann Goodnight.
Correct. Ocala Springs, to you with Sasquatch Escape. What is Pearl's Aunt Millie's job?
Police officer.
That is correct. She is a police officer. And East Marion, escape from Mr. Limoncello's library. What did Charles say when they all heard Haley scream?
Charles wasn't like that. Only I'll have to go down. Only a loser goes after. Yeah, what's sentimentals? Yes, only a loser goes after. Only a loser. Repeat the question.
Repeat the question.
What did Charles say when they all heard Haley scream?
Only a loser. Will go help someone. Would help someone.
Only a loser would go help someone.
Help a girl.
I'm going to look to my judges, and they're saying no. What really he said was you should never help your competition. Okay, Ocala Springs, Sasquatch Escape. What kind of animals attacked the house on Pine Street?
Squirrels.
That's correct. And to East Marion with Adventures of Bean Boy. What is the dark downside of invisibility?
What's the dark downside? Invisibility. Yeah. Ask her. Clarification. We don't need it. Right? People can randomly walk into you. Like if you're just
I'm sorry, your time is up. But the dark side of invisibility is you find out stuff you wouldn't know any other way. Okay, Ocala Springs, your book is Magic Marks the Spot, and your question is, what does the sampler over Miss Pym's head declare is the greatest treasure of all?
There's something about a lady's hand. A delicate touch of a lady's hand.
The delicate touch of a lady's hand.
Excellent, good job. East Marion, Abby Carnella's one and only magical power. What does Doreen have to do to raise her temperature by 2 points?
Belly dance.
I need a little more description.
She has to. I think it was wave.
Judges? Oh, the judges are saying okay. Oh, they're being all right, because the answer that I have here, she waves her arms out sideways while she sticks her stomach out this way and that. But I suppose that's belly dancing. Okay. Last question, Ocala Springs. Magic marks the spot. What had magical qualities that Miss Grayson used while she was on the pigeon?
Her golden crochet.
The golden crochet hook.
I believe that is correct. Okay, that was not the funniest answer we've had all day, but okay. Okay, all right. East Marion, and your last question is from the book When Life Gives You OJ. And the question is, what color was Q-Tip's hair?
Orange.
And that is correct, and this completes this round. Boys and girls, please stay where you are until you are dismissed. We'll be back soon. Start in a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we had another tie between Ocala Springs and East Marion this time, so we have a lightning round. Each team will get asked 5 questions. Of course, the team with the most correct answers will be declared the winner of this lightning round. Boy, you guys are giving me a run for my money today. We've had lots of lightning rounds today, and I should have known to wear my comfortable shoes, that I would be standing up here for a while. Okay, but it's exciting. It's exciting to see that you guys really not only read, but really remembered and comprehended these books. It's wonderful. Ocala Springs, your first book is Dorco the Magnificent. And your question is, how did Robbie get in the hospital to see Grandma Melvin?
He pretended to sneeze and swiped a visitor's badge.
He pretended to sneeze and swiped a visitor's badge when the nurse wasn't looking.
And a little more. He then did what?
And then he asked where the bathroom was so he could sneak into Grandma Melvin's room.
Okay, I think we got it. Excellent job. East Marion, your first book will be Capture the Flag. And your question is, what name was on one of the golf clubs in the bag which Anna opened?
Big Bertha.
Correct. Ocala Springs, Stranded is the book for you. What did Vanessa use to collect the rainwater?
Pots and pans and all the containers she could find.
Okay, judges, we're good with pots and pans and all the containers she could find? All right, excellent. East Marion, Adventures of a South Pole Pig. Why didn't Flora want to stay out of trouble?
Trouble is more interesting.
Nope. She wanted something to happen around the pig pen. All right, Ocala Springs, King of the Mound. What was Nick's first chore for Mr. Churchill?
To break in all the gloves. Breaking in the gloves. To break in all the new gloves.
To break in all the new gloves for the baseball players.
That was it. East Marion, Elvis, and the Underdogs for you. What is Benji's favorite food in all the world?
Cherries. Yes. No. Cherries and like the liquor. What's the name of the cherries? It starts with. I know. I'm just gonna say cherry. Cherries and. Just say cherries.
Cherries.
And now you know I'm going to ask you to name the kind of cherry.
Was it cherries with a pit? No. What's the name of the cherry? No. Cherries with a.
And your time is up. You were on the right track, but you couldn't get maraschino cherries. That was his favorite food in all the world. Okay, Ocala Springs, Adventures of a South Pole Pig. What did Alaric put on Flora to keep her warm in the Antarctic?
A red jacket. A red jacket. He put her in a sweater. A sweater.
A red sweater.
I'm looking at my judges. And they're going to say, no, it wasn't a red sweater. It was a red coat. A red coat. East Marion, 8 Class Pets is the book for you. What is the first story Miss Krause reads to incoming first graders?
Cinderella.
Indeed it is, Cinderella. Last question. All right, Ocala Springs, last question this round. And the book is Adventures of Bean Boy. Which one of Tucker's comic book characters was spontaneously spawned when lightning struck a toxic waste dump?
Goop Man.
No, the answer is the sludge. And last question for East Marion from the book Dorco the Magnificent. What word had Grandma Melvin written under the picture of her and Robbie at the back of the journal?
Ta-da.
That's correct, but I want you to say it with more enthusiasm.
Ta-da.
That is correct, and that finishes this lightning round. It's a tie. Stay where you are. Okay, I think we're going to do something I haven't done before, so hang on. We'll be right back. Something new for our book bowl this morning. We have finished the lightning round with a tie between Ocala Springs and East Marion Elementary School, so now we move into sudden death. And in this round, each team will get an equal amount of questions until one team pulls ahead and will be declared the winner. Okay, so Ocala Springs, from the book Stranded, your question is, what did Buzz spot coming from an unseen corner of the cave?
The light from Jane's waterproof camera.
to my judges.
Yeah.
And they're going to say yes. Yes. All right, East Marion Hooper finds a family.
Tell them the answer.
Oh, I'm sorry?
Tell them the answer.
Oh, well, I thought you said they were correct.
Well, yeah.
Okay, but the answer on my paper was a faint, tiny glow.
Yeah, but
And you told us where that glow came from, so good for you. All right, East Marion Hooper finds a family. Who is the volunteer who comes to the shelter to help find homes for the dogs?
Chrissy.
Chrissy does. So we're still at a tie, so we go back to Ocala Springs. When life gives you OJ. What is the name of the camp that Allie is attending?
Yeah, the camp Ellie's attending. That's Sally's friend, right? Yes. I forgot. I never knew it. What am I gonna say? It takes time.
Time is up, so there's no score for that question. East Marion, I need you to answer a question from Adventures of Bean Boy. What did Tucker use to dry the wet comic book?
His mom's hair dryer. No. Yes, his mom's hair dryer. His mom's hair dryer.
His mom's hairdryer.
That is correct. Okay, so East Marion, you are the winner of that sudden death round. Okay, boys and girls, stay right where you are until we ask you to be dismissed. Thank you, and we'll be back in just a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are in the final round of the 2015 Marion County Sunshine Book Bowl. And in this final round, we have South Ocala Elementary School and East Marion Elementary School. And this round will determine who it comes in first and who comes in second place. So good luck, boys and girls. We're going to start our first question with South Ocala. The question comes from the book Capture the Flag. What did Senator Snickerbottom break at the ticket counter?
He broke the computer when he was talking with the lady.
He broke the computer.
The computer.
That is correct. East Marion, from the book When Life Gives You OJ, your question is, what was the name of the store that Zelly and her parents went to for gardening supplies?
Garden Unlimited.
No, I'm sorry, it was Garden Way. Garden Way. South Ocala, Sasquatch Escape. Where is the worm factory located?
In the button factory. At the button factory. At the button factory. Yeah, in the button factory.
Okay.
Okay.
In the worm. In the button.
Yeah, in the button factory.
In the button factory.
That is correct. All right, East Marion. Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library is your book. When is the new library going to open?
Monday after the lock-in.
Monday after the lock-in.
No, indeed, it's going to open on Friday. South Ocala, 8 class pets, 1 squirrel, and a dog equals chaos. And your question is, what color and what kind of bird is Lenore?
She's a blue and gold macaw. No, he's blue and red macaw.
Blue and gold.
macaw.
Blue and gold macaw.
That is correct. East Marion, the book When Life Gives You OJ. How can kids get to ride in the 4th of July parade?
Decorating your bike.
That is correct. South Ocala, 8 class pets for you. What does Cuddles think is the best thing in the world?
Being a dog.
Correct. And back to East Marion with Adventures of Bean Boy. Why could Tucker afford to buy that red sparkly dance dress for Sam?
Saving up for his mother, and he has that money to buy the dress.
He's been saving up from his mother.
For his mother.
He's been saving up for his mother
And the
to buy the dress.
The answer that I have is because dance dresses were 50% off. They were 50% off. South Ocala, Sasquatch Escape. What time do Pearl and Ben have to report to Mr. Tabby?
From 8 o'clock a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m.
Very good. And we were just looking for 8 a.m. But good job. Okay, Adventures of Bean Boy, East Marion. Your question is, who was the shiniest girl in all of Wheaton?
Emma Quinn.
She was. Very good. South Ocala, Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library. What is Charles's uncle's job?
He is the librarian at the head of Congress Library.
He is the librarian at the head of Congress Library.
Yes.
He is the librarian at the head of Congress Library.
I'm looking at my judges and they're saying okay. It was a little mixed up, but what we were looking for was head librarian at the Library of Congress. So you got all the right words in there somewhere. East Marion, Abby Carnella's one and only magical power. What is Abby's father's job?
An airline pilot.
That is correct, East Marion. South Ocala, Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library again. What did Charles decide was needed to get out of the library?
The Greatest Crimes book.
Greatest crimes book.
Of Alexandroville, yeah.
The greatest crimes of Alexandroville.
Yeah.
You guys agree? Yeah.
The Greatest Crimes of Alexandroville.
That is incorrect. And the answer is he had to find all 12 of the silhouettes the staff picks would tell him how to get out of the library. East Marion, Abby Carnella's one and only magical power. Where did the group stop for dinner while on the way to Pennsylvania?
The Sushi Shack.
They sure did. South Ocala. Adventures of a South Pole Pig is your book. And your question is, what did Amos bring Sophia to eat after she killed the rats?
It was greasy fish. Greasy fish. Yes, you guys agree? Yeah.
Greasy fish.
Correct. And we would have just taken fish, but I like the greasy part added. East Marion. Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's library. How many essay winners were there?
12.
That is correct. 12 essay winners. South Ocala. Abby Carnella's one and only magical power. At what time did the children burst out of the front door of the camp?
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Yeah, okay. 3 o'clock p.m. You guys just were 3 p.m. Yeah. 3 o'clock. Okay.
3 o'clock p.m.?
No, indeed it was 2:11 a.m. This time we needed some very specific answer. 2:11 a.m. And to East Marion, we're going to give you a question from the book Stranded. What is Jane's father's first name?
Eric.
That is correct. Yes. South Ocala. Dorco the Magnificent is the book. And the question is, when Grandma Melvin was sitting in a lawn chair next to the magician's cabinet, what did she tell Robbie to do?
Go in it, wasn't she? What, didn't she say that? Go in. To go in. To go in. To go in. To go in. Yeah, to go in.
To go in it?
Nope, she told him to figure it out. Figure it out. East Marion. Capture the flag. What color were Snake Arm's boots? Is that correct? Okay.
Brown.
They were green. Green boots. Right, back to South Ocala. King of the world. Or King of the Mound. Sorry. It's been a long morning. It's been a long morning. King of the Mound. And I need to know who wrote this book.
Westhook. Yes, Westhook.
Westhook.
He did. East Marion. Here's a book we haven't heard of in a little bit. Elvis and the Underdogs. Where did Elvis refuse to eat his school lunch?
In the library. No, in the cafeteria. In the cafeteria. But he liked to eat in the library. In the cafeteria. Elvis or Elvis. In the cafeteria. Yes, in the library. In the library. Refused to eat. He refused to eat in the library. Refused to eat. Refused to eat. Yes, he refused to eat in the library because they ate in the library.
The library.
That is correct. In the school library. Ooh, last question. Okay, South Ocala. Amy Carnella's one and only magical power. In addition to the egg, what else could Abby make spin?
Nothing. Yes, nothing. Nothing else. Nothing. Nothing. It has to be something. No, just nothing. Just nothing. No other egg could spin other than a hard-boiled egg. No other egg. Just say nothing.
Nothing else.
That's correct. Nothing else. That was like a trick question, wasn't it? That was like a trick question. Okay, last question for you, East Marion, from the book Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's Library. What game had been Mr. Lemoncello's first TV show?
No. Concentration. No.
Let's do a deal.
That is correct. And I can't see the scores from here. Okay, so we're going to go to a break, and we will add these up.
I'm Belinda Vos, Program Specialist for Library Media Centers and the Arts. And I'd like to start off by saying how proud I am of every student throughout Marion County who read a Sunshine State book this year. Students who read at least 3 Sunshine State books participated in voting for their favorite book, and this voting happened all across the state. This year's winning book for grades 3 through 5 was Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's Library by Chris Grabenstein, sorry about that. And the winning book for grades 6 through 8 was Variant by Robin Wells. If you need a good book to read this summer, I would suggest one of those 2 books. The students on the 29 Book Bowl teams didn't just read 3 of the Sunshine State books. They read at least 12. And after securing their spot on a Book Bowl team, they reread the books to be prepared for today. Wow, that is an outstanding accomplishment. Congratulations to all 10 Book Bowl teams who participated today in the Sunshine Book Bowl finals. You should all be proud of yourselves for making it to the finals and answering so many questions correctly. I've never seen so many ties. I agree with Mrs. Zanetti that some of those questions were really difficult. I would like to introduce, again, Mrs. Zanetti. We do want to apologize. Normally the superintendent or one of the deputy superintendents is here. Unfortunately, because we ran over with so many ties today, they had other appointments. So Mrs. Zanetti is agreed to help us out still. So Mrs. Zanetti and Terry Robinson, chair of the Book Bowl committee, will present awards to our first and second place teams. So congratulations first to our second place team, East Marion Elementary. And the media specialist at East Marion Elementary School is Susan Dunn. Good job, Susan. Both of her schools made it to the Book Bowl this year. And now, we'd like to introduce our 2015 Marion County Sunshine Book Bowl champions, South Ocala Elementary School. The media specialist is Miss Sherry Hughes. And both of Miss Hughes' teams made it to the Book Bowl finals too, so good job, Susan and Sherry. Let's give a round of applause for all of our Book Bowl participants today. Excellent job. And thanks to everyone for tuning in.